What's up, guys? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our videos. Also, make sure you follow us all over social media so you don't miss any of our content or show announcements.
That is the length of the Pacers, and I thought it really frustrated OKC. Chet Holmgren had multiple shots blocked. So we don't talk a lot about that. Rebounding is a lot of things beyond length, but length gives you those extra possessions and touches and disruptions. Blocks and steals tonight, are just totally one-sided, and I think, again, that's stealing points, which I thought the Pacers did.
Yeah, like there was a play where J-Dub got a clean corner catch out of the left corner. You might remember this one in the first half. It was in the second half. It was in the early part of the second half. And J-Dub drove baseline, had a dunk. But Tyrese came over, and Tyrese has long arms. Like, Tyrese has got length, to your point. And
he's the longest point guard in the league.
Yeah, and he's got reasonable vertical athleticism, too. So he got up, and he contested J-Dub, and J-Dub missed the dunk. He missed the dunk. And there have been a few plays in this series. Like, I actually think Halliburton has been a very good defensive player in this entire playoff run. Like, he's been sneaky really good because the thing with, and this is to Carlisle's credit, everyone's committed to doing the job. And then Tyrese plays hard. Like, he's got his limitations. He's not very big and strong, and it kind of looks like a chicken running around with his head cut off sometimes on defense. But he's got the length to be impactful in that situation. And yeah, there was a stretch there late in the game where Carlisle rides Toppin for that exact reason. Like him being able to go over the top of Oklahoma City on offense or meet somebody at the summit. At the rim on the other end. Those have been huge parts of Indiana's success throughout this entire postseason run. And again, you want to know how you play passing lanes with length, because all of a sudden it looks open, the passer makes the read, and it's not open because you have the ability to close that ground. The one thing I will say, and this is one of the reasons why I still lean towards Oklahoma City to win the series, there was a stretch in the third quarter where I thought Oklahoma City really leveraged their athleticism.
Yeah, they're a good third quarter team, too. They've done this in the playoffs multiple times.
Yes, and going back, even I thought game 2 felt like the entire night felt like that. I don't think Indiana can beat Oklahoma City in a must-win game, because I think they can leverage their defense and physicality and overall athleticism to the point that's almost too much for them to overcome. So I think Indiana's pathway is they have to win the 2 home games. They absolutely can, for the record. I'm not saying Oklahoma City is the surefire going to still win the series. I lean towards Oklahoma City, but Indiana, I think, has to win on Friday, and I think they have to win next week on Thursday. I think that's their path.
Well, in the first 6 minutes of the game, Oklahoma City was very disruptive. The Pacers were frustrated. The starters, they just weren't getting good looks. Oklahoma City, when they weren't gassed late, and they're disruptive. There's no getting around it. They're just fast and long, and it's almost collegiate, like we've talked about. It doesn't look like other defenses. So, I just don't want to fall for this, because I fell for it with Denver and Boston, and I'm like, oh, these are going to be dynasties. And there are holes in Oklahoma City. They'll probably lose Jalen Williams eventually. They can't pay everybody, and they're going to pay Holmgren because he's just he's just physically a different. There's not a lot of him out there. Mm-hmm. They're going to pay SGA, and you know how it works now. You can't pay 3 guys. Boston's going to go through this. So it's. I know a lot of people look at Oklahoma City and think, oh boy, this is going to be something. They're going to be bad for the league. And my take is this series is great. We have 2 of the games in this series have been all-timers. And I also think Indiana's a real team. I'm watching Mathurin tonight, and I think he's got a little bit of Westbrook, but he's not out of control. He's a little bit more refined at this age. And he was a better college player than Westbrook. Again, more defined. And I think he was the Pac-12 Player of the Year, if I recall. When he
I can't remember, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a great player. Mm-hmm. But my takeaway, I watched him, and I'm like, oh, they're going to be good. Halliburton and him and McConnell and Siakam, it's like Indiana's going nowhere. This I don't know. I said this going back to the Cleveland series. I love watching the Pacers play. I love their style. I love Halliburton. There's something about a team. There's a joy when Indiana plays. They are having a really good time. And I think it just comes through the TV.
I 100% agree. Like I understand some of the negativity surrounding the finals in the sense that like it lacks some of that juice for, especially for casual fans in the
Game
sense that it
two felt small.
doesn't have
Yeah, game
huge
two.
names.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and game two is super boring. Like, and and it obviously has not been hitting great TV ratings, but there is a natural ebb and flow with the cycle of the NBA as stars age in and out. And we're definitely in one of those lulls right now. But I do think that the Pacers are providing an excellent showcase for another up and coming team in the Eastern Conference. By the way, the East is pretty wide open. Like you could argue Indy has every bit as good a chance to make it back to the finals next year as Oklahoma City does with how open things are in the Eastern Conference, right? I love the point you made about Oklahoma City. Like it will get tougher. Like I think Oklahoma City needs to get this one because the reality is that once you start it, to your point, if you pay all three of those guys maxes, and by the way, they're not going to be regular maxes. These are going to be all NBA players. They're going to be super maxes.
That's right.
Right. And so once you pay all those guys, they're going to basically have to surround them with a bunch of guys on rookie contracts. Like I think they're going to end up using all these draft picks they have to just cycle role players through, and they're going to be hunting like 3-4 year college guys that play for major programs like Kansas and Villanova that they can trust to come in and play role player basketball. That's what I think that they're going to end up. That's what I think Sam Presti's going to end up doing. And so their margin will get smaller because they won't be surrounded by as much talent. This is a particularly important series for them to win.